It wasn't going.
No,
So
it
sorry,
is.
YouTube, you've missed some of my video. Nothing too important. Apologies for that. I had a little do not disturb issue, and I think that's what got it went kaflooey. So Laura, anybody else here?
Sabrina will be here.
Sabrina will be here. Kaylee is normally here today. Poor Kaylee is sick as a dog. I feel so bad for her. She's on like day 4 of like barely functioning. So hopefully she will get to the urgent care today and take care of business. So we missed her, but we don't want her and her icky stuff around. Okay, I was trading messages with my friend Donna last night. And look, Donna, look at this little zippered pouch. It's so fantastic. I think, I'm trying to remember who the designer is of this. Anyone remember? Is this?
Christy.
Is that initial K?
Yeah.
Thank you, Liz. It's initial
It's
K.
just usually in a different color.
Thorn Alexander.
I was going to say Thorn Alexander
Just a
too.
different color.
We can figure this out because, of course, Donna purchased it from us. But our zippered clutch finisher does a fantastic job. And it's just a little tiny pouch to go in her purse. And I absolutely love it. So that is here for Donna. Then here for Becky. Becky is local to us. And she's done a nice creative finish with this. So I'm going to show you what this canvas looks like first. These are the snow globes from Susan Roberts, and we happen to have her trunk show in the building right now. So if you're heading online to check out the pop-up from Peanuts, also check out the Susan Roberts trunk show. Everything is 20% off in the trunk show. She has all these snow globes, which I think are kind of designed to be a shaped finish and maybe like a little stand-up or an ornament, either one. Well, Becky probably used one of our template sets and made it into a circle, which I wouldn't have done that, but it is, I don't know what drove Becky's choice. What I will tell you is that a shaped finish is more expensive than a simple circle or a simple square. So we love Susan Roberts designs, and I think changing it to a circle was very creative. So there we go. And there are a number of these snow globes in the trunk show. The Angel is in stock. The trunk show is here through January 1st. I have some other trunk show highlights to show you a little bit later on, but that is here and available. This piece is for our friend Beth. She is local to us. And this is from Atlantic Blue. This is the swimming lanes. And this is for her future daughter-in-law, who is, I think they have a wedding next fall. I can't remember the exact wedding date, but that is here for her in our snow globe finish. And they put kind of some confetti in there to look kind of like water, which I think is really sweet. So very fun. So that is for Beth. These little darlings are here for Heather, and I believe these are all from Blueberry Point. They are mini, mini, mini stockings, and I love them. We did have these all in stock at one point. This is the Holly mini sock. This is the Snowflake mini sock. And this is the Argyle mini sock. So, really sweet. So those are all from Blueberry Point, and I love the size of them. Make things kind of interesting on your tree to have all sorts of different sizes. And I can order all of those for you. So let us know. This piece is for a different Heather, but a Heather nonetheless. This is for the New Zealand candy cane from Donji Designs. And they have so many fantastic candy canes. So if you are looking for either what am I trying to say? The job, a career. Occupation, thank you, Liz. An occupation candy cane, or a state, or a country.
Or a hobby.
Hobbies. She has all sorts of different ones. So if you go on Donji's website and look under CH Designs, you will see all the candy canes. So this is New Zealand, which of course is in the travel arena, but we can order any of these. I don't tend to have a lot of them in the building because they're all really particular in all the best ways. As a matter of fact, I think, shoot, I don't have it here. There's a hairdresser one that Sabrina did for her hairdresser that is fantastic, that was just finished. So they're just really, really fun. The interesting thing about this, I'm going to just show you a little trick of the trade, is the candy cane is here, and there's the separation of the candy cane. But if you look on the back, it doesn't go all the way up. That's because there's like 2 or 3 lines of unstitched canvas in here. And so you don't have to stitch those 2 rows. My finishers kind of fake it out by doubling up the cording in the shape of the candy cane, which I think is really smart. So that's how that design function works. Okay, I've got some fun accessories in the building. Let's talk needle minders first. From my friend Lisa at Accoutrements Designs, we have, I think these are all, no, some of these are new. The Michigan needle minder has been restocked. I love it. It has the robin on it, the apple blossoms. I almost said cherry blossoms.
I know, I always want to say cherry blossoms.
They look very similar, but we are known for our apples, but we're also known for our cherries, so it's a little tricky. But I love that it has the UP and the Lower Peninsula on it. I am not a cat person now, but when I was growing up, I had a black cat that was a stray. She came to live with us. Her name was Kitty. And so this cute little black cat in the flowers needle minder, I love. It's all enamel and super flat, and the accoutrements designs are fairly affordable, usually around $30, give or take $5, depending how much detail it is. Those, Susan, those mini socks were finished open. Sorry, I'm just now seeing your questions. So yes, they were finished open and just had that little bow on them. So cute. I show them to you again, but my fairies have already walked off with them. Here is the nativity. Just so handsome. I am still diligently working on my blue and white Patricia Sew nativity and making progress. I'm hoping my next Christmas it will all be done and finished. This is Taylor Swift, of course. We are still waiting for the Proud Swiftie needle minder, but this is
1989.
the 1989
Polaroid.
Polaroid needle minder. I have no words today. My words have left me. I used them all up yesterday. I'm sorry. And then the stack of books, and it's actually all Jane Austen books. I said Jane Austen. See, I have no words today.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is all Jane Austen
is
books.
Jane
I had to make
Austen.
sure
You're
I
not
was right.
wrong.
All of a sudden I was like, is it Charlotte Bronte? I was very
Oh, you
confused.
were right. Yes.
I don't trust myself today with anything. Sparkly snowman. He's so cute. Liz is singing for us. I would sing for us, but nobody wants that. So those are the accoutrement designs and needle minders. And then we also have a restock from Beauvais and some brand new needle minders from Beauvais. Our Rebecca has been using her Christmas tree needle minder, so we've had a lot of interest in this one. The Beauvais minders are a little bit more expensive. They are fused glass art. They're a little piece of art for your art is Kelly's byline, and she and her friend Eli, her son Eli, I'm sure his friend too, but her son Eli are working together, and Eli is super talented and taken Kelly's pieces that were already fantastic and taken them over the top with some detail artwork that's phenomenal. So there is the decorated Christmas tree. Then we have a brand new wreath. How beautiful is this wreath on? Is it black? It's a deep, deep green.
Yes. It's
So
really
it is
pretty.
so pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. And oh, Liz, I asked you this before. What is this called? Fretwork? No.
Oh, the frit ball?
Frit balls. Frit balls, fretwork, almost the same. So this is part of the frit balls, I think, is what the peppermint circles are, and then I believe the peppermint stick is hand painted on there. So this is the peppermint stick frit ball needle minder. And then I saved my favorite for the last. Look at this sweet candy cane on pink. Oh my gosh. The holly, berries, the leaves. It's so, so, so darling. So those are the new needle minders from Beauvais. What do I have next in my accessories collection? I brought this in basically to make Emily happy because I like to keep my people happy around here. We historically I have used this item before, and I'll show it to you in a second. But then we kind of moved on to, for beading supplies, using the bead case from accoutrement designs. And the reason I like the bead case is it gives you a sticky spot for your beads and then a magnetic spot to store your needles. So you've got a way to store your beading needles as well as use it for stitching with. The collection has something they call the Easy Beater, and it comes in this little plastic case.
So she's typed.
And I'm going to open up this case, sorry. Inside this little case, which I guess you could probably keep your needles in the bottom of it.
Well, so there's, you describe and I'll show
Okay,
you
you tell me how you use it. So then this is a magnet. I'm going to slide this. So that goes on the top of your canvas. Your magnet goes on the bottom, so your beading needles could go on the bottom. And then this sticky part peels off and your beads stick to this. So this goes right on your canvas. When I use the beading case, I use a separate needle minder to put the beading case on my canvas, but this is going to be a little bit more lightweight. But Emily has one and she loves hers. They have changed the design. So I used to carry them and there was kind of something about the design that I can't even put my finger on right now, but it just didn't totally work for me. But the design has changed because this is, I can tell by the thickness of this acrylic on here
Sticky.
that it has definitely changed. So tell us your little new
Well,
tutorial.
my trick is from Lauren of the Clubhouse.
That you put this,
What you do is,
this,
yes,
this,
that in
this.
there, yes, and your magnet on the bottom, and that way, if you have some rogue beads, chances are they'll fall
roll
to the
into the
bottom,
bottom.
as opposed to all over your lap or the couch. But I just like it because you have everything like right in front of you. You don't
Right.
have to like
You're not
I
finding
used to
another
keep
needle
my
minder.
bead case on the side of the couch,
Oh,
or
you weren't putting it on your canvas
or,
with another
yeah.
needle minder.
Yeah.
So do you keep this little clear piece of
I keep
plastic on top of it when you're not
when I'm
using
not
it?
using it. Yeah.
Because it can still collect like
Yeah.
pet hair and
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, Easy Beater is $12. I'm probably gonna take one home for me to try it again. Because like I said, I wasn't
You weren't sold.
I wasn't sold because the old one would dry out. How long have you
Yeah.
had yours?
I mean, it's probably been 4 or 5 months. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mine, like what would happen before is the top would dry out after a while, but then
Yeah.
again, it's only $12. So if after a while
Yeah,
is
I
3
mean-
years or so, you know, you've gotten your rent out of
I
it.
still think there's a case for the bead and needle case because that holds my beading needles.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's a case for both. But I just find that
I'm always gonna have
yeah.
both.
It's a
so.
preference.
Yeah.
Always a preference.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So that's that. A restock of a couple of our color cards from Planet or Silk. We have the Pepper Pot color card back in the building. These unfortunately keep going up in price because they are all hand created. They have real thread on here. So these are fantastic for someone who lives in a needlepoint desert, doesn't have a local shop at the ready, and wants to be able to pick their exact color and not be able to call us and say, could you find a red thread that's really close to the DMC color number, blah, blah, blah. They can go on here and they can find all the red threads, which are in here somewhere. There we go. Most of the red threads are maybe there, and pick their exact color of red thread and tell us what they need. We do not put our threads online because computer monitors, dial-lots, all these things change the look of the color. So I would rather, if you're going to order threads from us, order via email with an exact color number, or just trust us to hopefully find exactly what you want. We also, the Essentials card was just restocked. The Pepper Pot card is $86. The Essentials card is $74. So these need stickers. I keep forgetting to tell Julie and that. Okay. Another favorite that has been restocked. Oops, somehow I missed one piece of finishing. One lonely piece of finishing. We'll get that in a minute. Favorites that have been restocked. Two of my all-time favorite books, Stitches Ins and Out and Stitch Landscape. These are not only my all-time favorite books. Laura Taylor recommends them if you take her classes. One of our customers who is a self-professed frugal stitcher said that these are worth their weight in gold. They are $58. They are done by Elaine. Oh shoot, I'm forgetting Elaine's last name. No, Oliveira. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, Elaine. Your name isn't in here either. So I can't even turn to that. I'm double checking. That's terrible that I can't remember her name. Anyway, Stitch Landscape has sections for clouds, flowers, grass, mountain, sand, shrubbery, sky, snow, soil, stone, trees, and water. This is the green book. There are 5 to 6, mainly 6 stitches per page. There's almost 70 pages in here and done by section. And what Elaine also does is she has them done in white, gray, and black. And that's to represent the possibility of using 3 different types of thread. So they are really, really useful. I find the stitches in this book are stitches I have not seen anywhere else. The ins and outs, these are both $58. Ins and outs is the yellow book, and its categories are barns, baskets, bricks, buildings, chimneys, fabric, floors, houses and moldings, patios, pavement, roof, rugs, trims and borders, walls and wallpaper, windows.
I use that for my Lucy canvas. Great stuff
Oh,
like
for your-
siding and barn. Yeah.
So when you, Emily said,
Well,
we-
Kelly gave me
this
the
is Heidi's
stitch, but
version.
yeah.
But Emily has already stitched this before. Heidi came along with her free stitch guide for this piece. And so Emily's saying she used solely this book to kind of pick out all of
it's
the
good.
stitches. So they are fantastic books, hard for us to keep in stock, sometimes not always easy to reorder, but I ordered these and they came in about 2 weeks this time, so I was thrilled. Okay, one lonely piece of finishing that somehow I set down and just, airheaded it. This is for Karen. Karen is one of the editors of Needlepoint now, and she has stitched, which is very flattering, she has stitched our Raymond Crawford Santa. We have a stitch guide for this that is was kind of created by me and actually stitched by Rebecca, our marketing gal, who is fantastic and has become a dear friend of mine. And Karen has followed her stitch guide to the T, and he looks fantastic. We did happen to sell the last one of this morning, but we are happy to reorder the Raymond Crawford Santa for you. And I shouldn't even say that. We will be reordering it. If you would like one reserved for you, let us know. It has been kind of a perennial favorite. So that's that. I do have, as far as accessories go, we have, I think, 4 of these darling boxwood wreaths left. I am probably going to be taking one home. They are 8 inches around. The display space in the middle is about 4 inches. What I love about them is they are very reasonably priced. It's preserved boxwood, so it's high quality. I'm looking from our own price tag and I can't find it. Do you remember the price on this, Em? 30? Anybody?
38, I think.
38 maybe?
Yeah, they're over there. Will you double check for me in the bottom of that glass case? But they're fantastic for, I'm going to pull this tag up because this is 38. Annie knew it. Sorry. But you can finish a little something new on the back of here. So we have the Mary with the holly that is from our dear friend Amy Poor. And Kay does another little wreath you could finish to go inside there. But you could just keep kind of going with all the holidays. This could be left out all year. You could change it out. I was like, oh, I hadn't thought of that.
I like that.
Change it out to be St. Patrick's Day. There we go. March. Another St. Patrick's Day. You could do a little birthday piece in the middle. That's a good idea. You could put a watermelon in the middle in the springtime. You could put Nantucket basket in the middle in the summertime. You could put a football in the middle at the
In the fall.
fall season. Like I said, I have lost all my words, you guys. Thank you. Everyone's helping me out here and I need all the help I can get. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to get any more of these until next holiday season. So if you're intrigued by these as much as I am, now is the time to maybe snatch one up. And happy to sell you any of these little minis. Most of these minis, some of them are from Amy Poor. She has a number of them. There's a 4th of July one that says lit up with fireworks on it. So there's all sorts of seasonal ones from Amy. I don't know if we have any others from Ann Kay, and then all these other little ones are from Meg Francis. So lots of different little guys you can put in the middle. You can do anything from like a 2x2 up to a 4-inch round. Probably a 2 or 3 inch works the best. Speaking of small items, I have been trying to get purple fobs from my friends at Planet Earth. And unfortunately, this is the only purple we can now get, or currently can get. But it came in as super darling. And look how good it would be with that Annie Zigman's cute little purple sunglasses in the middle. so fun. My daughter has made so many fobs. She just kind of stitches them up, saves them, puts them in the storage in her house, and gifts them out whenever somebody's birthday pops up, which is really fun. So besides the fobs, they have now restocked the air tag holders. So I'm going to open this up so you guys can see how this works. Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, I'm probably going to trash this tag, Emily. I'll have to reprint this one. So the air tag holders are designed, of course, for Apple AirTags. So one side is open so you can put your Apple AirTag in. And the other side has 3M sticky paper. And you could put this little evil eye in it. And you could attach this to your purse. So your purse now has an AirTag. You could attach it to your pickleball bag, your tennis bag, anything that you might possibly like leave somewhere. And you're like, oh, I'm a ding dong. Where did I leave my bag? Then you can track your things, but of course it looks stylish and cute and not just a plain Apple AirTag. So it comes in navy blue. I pulled that with the Hamsa. It also comes in black, and here is Golf Girl. So again, if you want to put this on your golf bag, might even use it as a tracker when it maybe gets sent when you go on your girls' golf trip. That comes in red. And I pulled this little sail round from Kangaroo Paws for the sailor in your life. Would be really fun. And then it also now comes in hot pink. I don't know if we've had the hot pink before. Hot pink is new-ish. And you could also, don't forget, I know many of you own the Essentials from Chrissy Johnson. And I would just dive into here and pick out a monogram. This one happens to be 13 inches tall. You could just put a single letter in there, so I could put a big M in that circle, and it would be absolutely darling. So you could just pick yourself up one of the AirTag holders. They are $32, and utilize one of your font books and personalize it that way. So that would be very fun. Okay, next up, I think that's kind of my accessories. We have a couple other self-finishing items, and then I've got some Susan Roberts Stroke Show. So new in the building from Christine Kingston. Liz and I ordered these at Market, and I didn't realize how clever Christine was, and she's probably watching, so apologies, Christine, that I was like, oh, she's so smart this morning. This is the cherry insert, and this is her kind of like striped circle insert, and they are both 6x3. And why I suddenly decided she was so smart this morning is that she used colors that all go with the Rachel Berry Poppin' Pouches. Of course, Christine probably did that very much on purpose, but I missed the memo. So in any event, the Poppin' Pouch holds a 6x3. So here is the large Poppin' Pouch, and look at the cherries in there. So darling, cherries are on 18 mesh. And that would be really fun. You guys know we love a cherry in Michigan. And here are the dots on the navy. I didn't pull the pink one over. This also would go with the pink large Poppin' Pouch. We do have the pink one in stock. Here's the mint green. Look at that with the mint. So good. And then the mint green also goes with the cherries. And the beauty of these is you just stitch them up and you literally slide them into this pocket. If you're not happy with the way the back of your stitching looks, which by the way, I never judge the back of anyone's stitching, not even my own. If you're not happy with it, there is some like interfacing fabric that's just plain white fabric on one side and iron-on interfacing on the other. You can iron it to the back of your piece. And look at it in the blue Poppin' Pouch, which of course also goes with the dots, and the dots also go with the green. So it's kind of like whatever Poppin' Pouch is your favorite color, you can hop on board with that. So speaking of our love of the cherries, Christine, I think I should do last week the key fobs. That could also be a bookmark or a key fob. Go home, Melissa. You have no words left. Oops, and this is underneath the tripod, so sorry. Let's hope I don't knock it over. Christine did the cherries into a brick cover, which I think are so sweet with that gingham in the background. We, of course, live in Michigan, where Traverse City is, known to be the cherry capital of the world. This is on 13 mesh and just absolutely darling. So love, love, love the cherry motif. Okay. Last of the self-finishing. Let's hope I don't knock over the tripod. I think I'm okay. We got a restock of the large canvas boat totes with a self-finishing panel from Planet Earth, as well as a brand new color.
Yes.
So this is, oh, you found it, yay. This is the pink tote with the natural trim. It is a really nice size tote. No pockets involved, just, oh, I'm sorry, I lied. There's a pocket on the inside, so you've got a spot to put your phone, your key fob, whatever, if you're going maybe to stitch night. But it is pink with a natural. And we were talking this morning that this is a 6x6 opening. It is just like any other self-finishing item. You don't have to take off this sticky paper. So you could make interchangeable things. So you could turn this into stitch is my second favorite S word. And just make that, you know, obviously 6x6 to size to fit. You could change up the colors. You could put a pink background in here and leave that periwinkle blue. And then this could be in there most of the time. And then speaking of Christine Kingston, she's the one who said, no, never take off the sticky paper. Just tuck your pieces in under this little lip and then just pull this out. Like literally when it's stitched, you go zoop and out it pops. And then February comes along, you could put in your Valentine Day piece. You could put in, you know, whatever season you wanted. So this could be wardrobe, just like any other self-finishing piece. So that is the pink and natural tote. This is the brand new colorway. I can't remember what they call it. I'm gonna call it saffron. I think they call it burnt orange, but it's kind of like a saffron. It's so fantastic. And I pulled one of Liz's favorite canvases, Midwest State of Mind. But you could put a general fall piece in here. You could do whatever you wanted. But you know, we love our Midwest here, of course. So Midwest State of Mind on 13 mesh would fit in there beautifully. Then there is the cranberry color with it's natural with cranberry trim. And this is 13 mesh from Stitching with Stacy. And my mom has a thing for elephants. She even has a little pedestal table just like this. And I thought that would look really, really great in there. Just kind of give this canvas tote a little level of sophistication. And then there's the light blue with the natural trim. And Liz pulled the strawberry piece with that cute little bow. This is from, oh shoot, one of the Walker wholesale designers. Right now I'm blanking out on her name.
Mary Camden.
Mary Camden. I'm going with what Emily said. And then from Lauren Block, this darling lab. I would just, of course, change the color of the sky a little bit because I'm a little bit more matchy-matchy, but Liz would probably say, no, I think the turquoise and the blue look fine together, Melissa. Don't get so obsessed. But I think that this is a perfect combination with the blues and the beiges, especially if you are a dog lover. The other colorway is this hunter green. Again, 6x6 opening. You could do, I thought this would be really pretty in there, the fleur-de-lis round, and I would just give it maybe a green background to square it off. Would be fantastic. And then during the holiday season, Kelly said, why don't you pop in one of the darling Love MHB Nutcrackers and be all festive in your tote bag, which I thought was very fun. And last but not least, this bright green, I'm going to call it spring green. Let's see if we know what it's actually called. Lime. It's called lime. And it is fantastic. And I think that's going to look holiday-y as well. Of course, the officially Needlepoint Woodstock with flowers is so darling in there. But you also might be inspired by Tired as a Mother, which is from Amy Poor. Add a little bit of background to that to get it to 6x6. It will be fantastic. Emily's saying, yes, I am tired as a mother. And it's hard being a mother this time of year, especially with kids your age. Okay. as promised, here are some highlights from the Susan Roberts trunk show. I am going to be going to the cottage for New Year's Eve weekend, and I decided I'm going to take, it'll be like my last hurrah to stitch a holiday item. So I'm going to still be working on Christmas stuff probably until the beginning of January. And this piece is here with the Susan Roberts trunk show, and it is one of my favorites of theirs. So it's Santa with his tree. And honestly, you could do this whole piece in all basket weave and it would be lovely. But what I love about it is you could do an open background, maybe in these 2 blue sparkles. So pretty. Kelly picked out these colors really quick this morning. So I do an open background that's in like a compound piece. And then I might bead, if you're crazy like I am, I might bead all of the little guys on the tree. I might bead every single one of these. But you could also just stitch them all in sparkly threads from your stash. His coat is big enough to do a really fun composite stitch. And then Kelly pulled these darling gold embellishments to put on as the buttons on his coat, which I think would be so cute. So we've got some great beard books. You could find a beard stitch. And I just think he's really fun. So he's one of my favorites from the trunk show, and Kelly agreed. She's like, let me find some fun things to go with. So she did. Emily has the Susan Roberts Santa Village, and these are some of the cute little accessories that go with the reindeer house and the North Pole house. Is that what it is?
There's Santa's house and the reindeer barn.
Okay.
And then, so some people are like, hey, the reindeer barn doesn't have all the reindeer in it. Well, that's because Dasher, yeah, Dasher is eating a carrot, and
So
you know,
cute.
so there's different things.
So there's different, but I think these little pieces could just be cute all on their
Yeah.
own. You don't necessarily need to have the big pieces.
Gone.
So the big pieces we have sold, but they are still available at 20% off through January 1st with trunk show discount. But these little pieces, the North Pole and Santa feeding Dasher. How do we know he's Dasher and not Dancer? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Because he was the first.
He
to it.
dashed
He
out
was-
of the barn.
Yeah.
Oh, because Dancer isn't a reindeer, it's Prancer.
Oh yeah.
Dancer is too, isn't it?
Is he?
Donner and Dancer, yeah. There's
Okay,
Dancer.
good. See, I trust myself with nothing today. That's why Laura should have let me rake up the leaves. That's
Yeah.
about all I'm capable of today. Okay, so those are here. Again, my mom said, I told you my mom has a thing about elephants, so I'm always intrigued by elephants. And this little Santa elephant could not be any cuter. He's on 18 mesh, just ornament sized. I know lots of people like to dress up their cars this time of year with a Rudolph nose and some antlers. And Santa is here in his cart, and he's dressed up his golf cart, which is really fun. Really, really fun. So next up, I have done the Turkey Santa, as we all well know. And this is just the classic Santa with his Argyle sweater on. And here is Santa with his birdhouses. Again, these are all part of the Susan Roberts Trunk Show, so they're all 20% off through January 1st. And Santa in his green coat. And I believe most of these, if not all of them, are available with two-sided canvas, but you know, sometimes just the one-sided is the way to go. It's a little less stitching. And there's Santa with his little teddy bears. So darn cute. So last in the Christmas items, or maybe not Christmas, maybe holiday. You guys know I have a thing for Nutcrackers. So here is the Nutcracker serving champagne, 13 mesh. He would be a very nice, handsome go with to my large Nutcracker. He is all dressed up for the holiday. He's ready to give toast in the new year, and he is fantastic. So 13 mesh, and I should have measured him. I'm gonna guess he's about 20 inches tall. Let's see.
I think he's one of their 18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, so by the time you add background to him, about 20 inches, because you're gonna want to add at least a little bit of shadow stitching all around. So he is fantastic. And then in a non-holiday mode, I happen to see this brick cover over there this morning, and I'm like, this is absolutely beautiful. So the koi pond is in the middle. Look at the black cats on the bottom. They're like just dying to dive into that koi pond. And it is just, the colors are beautiful. The design is beautiful. Yeah, so that is a brick cover from Susan Roberts. Okay, next up, let's slide over this other pile and hope I don't knock over the tripod. We were set up yesterday for the officially Needlepoint, and so our table isn't quite set the way we normally have it set. So I'm juggling things around a little bit. Liz ordered this at market. She is stitching this herself. We've all heard about the turkeys in Liz's backyard, which makes it sound like she lives on this giant estate. She lives in a lovely home, but it's not as fantastically enormous as it sounds. And she does have some turkeys that live in her neighbors' yards. So the turkey belt is in the midst of being stitched for Chase.
I'm at the halfway point.
Well, yeah, we need Chase for needlepoint purposes to lose a few pounds, so you wouldn't have to stitch so much of it. But none of our husbands are 32s anymore, at least not mine. So this turkey belt is back in the building from Christine Kingston and ready to go home with you. Last year, isn't that terrible? I think last year, my dear friend Terry stitched me this Stitching Girl with the Nutcracker. Terry and I trade Christmas ornaments every year, and I sometimes get confused which year I got which fabulous gift. And so this canvas is back and in the building. So I can't give you a stitch guide because this is my friend Terry's stitching. I could send you an up-close picture though if you wanted to be inspired by her great stitching choices. And the Stitching Girl is back and in the building, and she stitched it for me especially because of the fact I had just finished stitching that giant Nutcracker. So very, very sweet. So that is here. Another restock from Alice Peterson, The Bride and Groom. We have sold this over and over again. We do have a stitch guide for this. Many, many people will change the hair color. If you do want threads, either just tell us to skip the hair or tell us. Oh. But I see the hair color we might want to change. Yeah, so if you want to stitch us, just tell us to skip pulling hair colors and pull from your own stash, or tell us what hair colors they are. We will do our best. But yes, we do have a stitch guide for that. This piece, by the way, does not fit in a passport case. It's made more to be like a little stand-up, a mini pillow, maybe to go into a frame. Let's see, I was meant to double check the size of this. 3.5. Yeah, you could probably put this in a 3.5 by 5 frame for someone who loves to travel on 13 mesh. You can stitch that up really fast. Speaking of Nutcrackers, a restock of the Kelly Clark fantastic Nutcrackers. I've got 2 Nutcrackers and 2 trees. They come with stitch guides. This is the Strawberry Dessert Nutcracker, who is fabulous all on his own. We have them priced together with the stitch guide for $138. That almost seems wrong. But here is the stitch version. He is fantastic. There's so much to learn from a Kelly Clark stitch guide. It is unbelievable. This is the Gingerbread Nutcracker. So good. And here is the stitch version of the Gingerbread Nutcracker. And then all of these Nutcrackers have matching trees. So this is the Gingerbread Tree. And again, priced with the stitch guide for $118. That's just, of course, part of it. Let me show you the front. There we go.
Yeah.
That was the highlight. The highlight of the center. And then this is the Strawberry Treats Tree. And there is that stitch guide. So lots and lots to learn. I know a lot of people have been possibly going to the Nutcracker this year. So we do still have this set available that I wanted to show off today. I hope that many of you have been lucky enough to go, maybe see a grandchild or a child perform in it. So this is from Stitching with Stacy, and there is Clara. And this whole set is $360. So it's 1, 2, 3, the Nutcracker himself. Or sorry, the Rat King. Gosh, I'm getting my people screwed up. No, that was the Nutcracker. I was correct. The Dancer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 canvases, and there is the Rat King. So I think this would look fabulous finished on, you know, probably a 12-inch wreath, an 18-inch wreath, something like that. But they're so good together. You could use our templates to make shapes with them, around them. You could just shadow stitch all of them. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for $360 is not a bad price. So there we go. So this set is in the building and ready to go home for your stitching love. Restock from Thorn Alexander. Sorry, let me get these all straight. There we go. The mushroom oval is back in the building. Sorry, I should get my board back out. Mushroom oval, 13 mesh. Most Thorn Alexander things are on 13 mesh. That is her size of preference. The thistle insert, 6x3. This would also look fantastic in either the green or the blue pop-in pouch. Read the Room in pink. I'm showing it to you sideways because we talk all the time that we think it would be a fantastic zipper clutch. And there we go. The Owl Mini. This would be darling inside that boxwood wreath. It's probably just big enough for that. And then I know you guys know we have the large lioness that's been on the wall behind me the last week or so. This is the 4x4, I think. 4.5. 4.5 by 4.5 lioness on 18 mesh. So this is diverges from, and actually the owl was also on 18 mesh. Everything else was on 13 mesh. So that's a restock from Thorn Alexander. A restock from Raymond Crawford, darling lime green Santa. Raymond is not a stitcher, which always surprises me because I feel like he designs like he's a stitcher, and I would do him with probably tombstone style or arched finish. He's got enough space to make some interesting stitches, enough space for a fun beard. Really, really cute. And then back to our cherry love. I have these cherries in 4 different colorways. So we have been waiting for our restock on these. We have the cherries on blue stripes. We have the cherries on pink stripes. These are on 13 mesh. I believe they are 4.5 inches. Yes. Oh, wait, no. They're just a hair over 4 inches. And then if you love these cherries as much as we do, they are also available on pink polka dots and on blue polka dots. So these would be really fun hanging from a canvas tote. Yes. So the elf pillow over your right shoulder comes with the stitch guides. It sure does. For this special event, Donna, everything on the wall behind me that is stitched has a complimentary stitch guide just until this event is over. So anything that is behind me that is stitched has a complimentary stitch guide. This is the barbecue pig from Atlantic Blue. We've sold this over and over again. So cute. And then you've talked a lot about our disco football around here that Kelly stitched, which is basically just a football with a lot of glitter in it. So therefore it looks kind of like a disco ball. And it's painted with like little squares like a disco ball. I think we have 1 disco football left in the building. So that's here. But we also have restocked the disco strawberry, as well as the disco cherries. So we're doing a lot of cherry talk today. I'm not sure why all the cherries have floated in at the same time. On one of Liz's whips while Kelly was out, Liz, I think, stitched this colorful stars up, I don't know, in like a week. She had a lot of fun with it, so she had talked about this. So if you were waiting on this order, it has been restocked, and we have your order for you, and we ordered a couple extra for the shop. And also from Atlantic Blue is Forgive Me My Northern Attitude. So funny, so cute. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the day I couldn't identify all of the southern days of Christmas. Here is a Luke's Diner bag tag. And oops, actually, Liz, did you stitch the stars or did you stitch the sand dollars?
I stitched the starfish, but that colorway.
That's why I'm confused.
But
Okay.
I showed that one.
So I lied. So Liz stitched the sand dollar colorway in this style canvas.
Yes.
But then she also loved this one because, you know, color, right?
I highlighted all of those because I didn't know about the colorful one, to be honest. So when I saw it at
Really
market, I'm like,
cute.
oh, I got to get some of those too.
Yeah, the sand dollar
Oh, I
is
like the
very
neon.
classic. So, and then a restock for my friend Tina Griffin at Tina Griffin Designs. Sorry, we got someone walking in the door. I'm betting a gift card purchase. There is Nightcap. It's 4x4. Tina has a very clever sense of humor. So this is Nightcap, and there are the owls with their nightcap on. Here is Buzz. These are all supposed to be coasters, but we've seen them as pillow inserts. We've seen them as little stand-ups. What did you put yours in? A self-finishing jewelry box, I think? Last Call with the cardinals and the bluebird. Tipsy. That little flamingo's kind of tipping right over. We've got the monkeys saying cheers with the bananas all around the edge. The dimension of the Snoopy pillow is not on our website. Okay, we'll see if I can measure that for you, Donna. We talked about it yesterday, but now I can't remember offhand. Just a splash. And with a twist. And I think Sabrina has this. I think it had been put on the back burner with Sabrina because she couldn't see to do 18 mesh for a little while. But now she has had her cataract surgery, so she's back to stitching 18 mesh. So yay. The other exciting thing that arrived is this is the very last topiary chinoiserie backgammon board available until May. I had special ordered 3 for customers and we have 1 extra. Other than that, I won't be able to get this until May. This has been designed to fit into the Derby House Designs backgammon board. And I'm gonna set these aside, give you a quick flash of the backgammon board. We've talked about this before. It is all a solid piece of acrylic on the bottom. This acrylic piece on the top comes out. Let's see if I can pick this up. So this is also a solid piece of acrylic. The playing pieces are come with. You get your excuse me. They do not come with. You have when they are shipped to you. You have your choice of what color playing pieces you want, as well as dice and the doubling cube and the sorry, I'm trying to get this back in here, and the cups. So this whole backgammon board, size-wise, was designed around the size of the pieces. The pieces then dictate how large the points are in the backgammon game. If you play backgammon, you know what I'm talking about. So each of these chinoiserie trees are specifically all designed to fit into this specific board. So if you've been intrigued by this, there are lots of boards available. Those get drop shipped to you from my supplier. The canvas, again, this is the last one we're gonna have available until May. So now is the time to grab it if you want a nice long-term winter project. Emily and I and Liz put together a thread collection for it. So we have you covered for that, assuming that all the threads are in the building. I think that is it today. Do we have anything else, ladies, that I need to cover? Okie dokie. So thank you for spending time with us. Again, feel free to check out the website for the official Needlepoint. Oh, I said I'd measured the Snoopy pillow. This is the one on 13 mesh, and he is 14 by 8 or so finished. And then the 18 mesh version is 25% smaller. So 14 by 8, 14 by about 8 across. So hopefully that answers that question, Donna. We will add that to our website. You maybe make a note of that, Emily, that measurement isn't on the website. So we'll try to add that. How much is backgammon canvas? It is $468, which is not a surprise given how large it is and all the detail involved. So it is absolutely gorgeous. Tina knocked it out of the park with this piece. Okay, I think I've covered it. If you are new to us, please feel free to DM us your real life name, your address, your email address, your phone number, and then we can either give you a call with your payment information, or you can call us with your payment information, or we can send you an invoice. So thank you all. I think is next Thursday Christmas.
Yep.
So you probably won't see me for 3 weeks. I know. How are you? How is everyone going to live? So yes, happy holidays to one and all, whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. We will be closed the 24th, 25th, 26th, and then we will be closed January 1st. Other than that, we will have regular business hours. So I think that is all. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you for all of your support. 2025 has been a bit of a roller coaster year for me personally, with a couple of deaths, a couple of engagements, like all the things. But business-wise, it's been a very good year, and I appreciate all of you for making it so. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I guess do I have a Wow Wednesday again before the end of the year? I won't see you all till January.
Liz has a Wow Wednesday.
Liz and Kelly have a Wow Wednesday. So, yeah, we got one more surprise up our sleeves before the end of the year. So, thank you all. Chat soon. Bye.